Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. Those things we didn't get to during the course of the show today, including an email and something that I want to play for you that happened while we were on the regular show, doing the radio show. The wheels came off the bus at one point in time, and this is what was happening in the room. Ah! Hey, it's the Wally Show. Who's this?
This is Caleb.
Caleb! There you go. Yeah, I did it. My phone, I pushed the wrong button, I'll be honest with you. That was all me. I'm glad you called back. Okay, here we go. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. Caleb, stop touching it! Seriously! I just got the guy back and it hung up again. The whole time Betty's like, I didn't do nothing! You can't hear her. Hey, it's the Wally Show. Who's this? All right, just come in here. And don't hung up again. Anything. Another person. I didn't do nothing. Hey, is this Caleb again?
Sure is.
Good gosh almighty.
I didn't do anything.
I think Betty touched something.
No, I didn't.
Okay, we're not going to touch anything here. Okay.
Everything. You're like, what are you doing? Stop touching it.
It sounds
like I'm doing it on purpose.
I know, it felt like
I deserve an apology.
You deserve an apology?
Yes.
Or I deserve an apology?
No, I do.
I do?
No, I do. No, I do.
I do. You're right, I do.
For what?
It's funny because hearing it back, I can see how other people in the building, because Betty's in another room and the doors are open so she can hear me yelling, and I couldn't hear her on the tape because the mic's in front of me. But hearing it back, it sounds way worse than it was. Like, because we're kind of smiling and like, come on. Like, it wasn't serious, like yelling at her. But boy,
yes,
howdy.
It was. You heard it.
Without that context, it seems like, oh, he's really mad.
He was. And he was yelling at me.
Oh.
I deserve an apology.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Well, then do it.
I don't know from who, though.
You.
Life?
No. You yelled at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. This was interesting. I sent you this. I got an email from Sarah. It says, longtime listener. First time writing in, I found the Wally Show during one of my darkest days. It was you, Betty, producer Zach back in the day, and Becca who helped me laugh again, which I love. Fast forward a few years, life took me out of your radio range, but I found myself again moving to Colorado. And during another rough patch, it's like you guys have a knack of showing up when I need you most. I can't thank you, Betty and Gavin, enough for all the joy you bring. As I was cruising through YouTube, I discovered that Hayden has become quite the social media influencer.
Hypothetical Hayden.
I know.
Shout
My
out.
hypothetical son that Betty made up for me to show that I like my daughter better than I would like a son, which is not far off. But she said, I hope you're finally proud of how hard he's worked to make his hermit crab business dreams come true.
Aww.
I sent you this. Did you get a chance to look at it yet?
No.
It's a guy who he finds hermit crabs that have like bottle caps as a shell or like trash from the ocean.
I've seen some of those, yeah.
Okay, and he gets them new shells and they get in them and stuff like that. But it's really funny that I love that Sarah found this and then correlated it with Hayden and gets the sense of humor of the show. So
good.
I love that. I'm glad
Hayden, if you're hearing this, your father is laughing at your career.
Oh, Hayden. Have you seen the thing about Eminem? Have you watched any of his latest stuff?
He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting.
I've heard a little bit of his new album, and it's like super rough. Like content wise, it's nothing that you're like, oh, okay, that's redeeming. But apparently, his music video made an impact on his daughter, Haley Jade. She's 28, and the music, I guess the video is Without Me, and she was sharing how, like, she cried watching it because, it was Somebody Save Me was his song, and she's like, I can't go back and watch it, because I guess he addresses his failings as a father with her in that video. Like, let me see, it says, Haley, I'm so sorry I wasn't there for your first guitar recital, didn't walk you down the aisle, missed the birth of your first child, your podcast Looking Down, sweetie, I'm so proud of how you turned out. So I'm assuming it's like he's looking at this as he's passed away and what he would have said kind of things. I haven't seen this video. But I think that that's I think that moms carry a lot of mom guilt, but dads do too. Like there's things that we do or didn't do that I think we hold on to. I'm glad he's addressing it with her, at least. And this is his way of kind of saying I'm sorry and connecting with her, and maybe they can, work through some of that stuff. Because I know I've said some things to my daughter that definitely she hasn't forgotten and stayed with her, and things that I'm not happy that I did or proud of, and if I could go back and change, I would change it instantly, but being a parent isn't perfect science. You get it wrong, sometimes. And that's where I think if you admit that you got it wrong and you humbly ask for forgiveness, I think that carries some weight, but it doesn't always undo, the things. Because I know I was kind of a workaholic when my daughter was really little. And at different times in my life, my job kind of dictated that. You start a new show, you got to work hard, and you got to spend a lot of time on it. And I had to move, and I had to leave her and my wife in Atlanta for a year and a half. That's something if I could do that over again, I would change that in a heartbeat, because it was like years later. I'm sure that this Haley Jade, I have a Haley too, weird. But I'm sure she's telling her dad things now as an adult that she maybe didn't tell him as a kid. And that's hard to hear. Like that when my daughter told me, she's like, oh yeah, every Monday when you would leave, I would go upstairs and cry. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad she didn't tell me that though. Oh my gosh, that would have destroyed me. I probably would have quit. I would have been like, well, this isn't worth it, But at least her not telling me enabled me to keep doing this. And it ended up providing a really good, stable life for her that if I had stayed in mainstream radio, she wouldn't have had. She would have had to move around more. She would have had been around, influenced by a lot of really bad things, and I would have been a worse person, to be around too, and not as hopefully as good of a dad as I've tried to be, even with my failings. I think that it would have been a worse life for her. So I'm really glad she didn't tell me. It broke my heart when she told me though. I'm like, oh my gosh, death.
So it made you feel better that she didn't care when you left?
No, it made me feel better that she didn't tell me till years later.
But I mean, the thought in your head would have been back in the day.
Oh yeah.
When you leave, well, she just doesn't care.
Oh no, that's not good either. But the fact that it affected her so much. I know she cared, and I know she didn't want me to leave, but I didn't know to the extent, kind of thing. That's the issue.
She cried because she was so happy.
Yes, that's the other part of the story she didn't tell me. Yeah. What do you got, Rock?
Channing Tatum, he was doing an interview where he talked about how when he did laundry for a year, he hated it so much that he would wear the same shirt twice a day. So he would wear the same shirt 2 days in a row, and then have a brand new shirt and wear that. He never did laundry because he hated it so much. Don't act shocked. Don't act like he did something wrong.
What?
Don't even. You are so hypocritical.
Why?
It's sickening.
What are you talking about?
Don't act like it's terrible. I agree that he shouldn't be so wasteful, but you, sir, are horribly wasteful. You know exactly what I'm referring to.
I don't actually.
Yes, you do.
No.
Your face says it all.
This is where women,
you,
my wife included, tell me I should know something, and then they won't tell me, and I don't know it.
This is the Bible verse that says, get the log out of your own eye before you talk about the splinter in someone else's.
No, first of all, I just said he threw them out. I was surprised. I thought you'd donate them.
He threw them out?
Yeah, I mean, because really, you would be generating, what is it? If you wore 2 T-shirts every day, so you'd go through 3 sets of you'd go through one Monday, Tuesday, and then you get 2 new ones. Monday, Tuesday is
one shirt.
Okay. And then
Wednesday, Thursday is another shirt. Then Friday, Saturday is a third shirt.
Okay, that's right. So 3.5 shirts you'd go through. One of those you have to wear twice, 3 times. So 3 shirts a week. What do you do with all those? I mean, you donate them to Goodwill or something, maybe?
Is that what he should do?
Yeah, I think.
You think he should donate them?
Yeah.
How come?
I just think it would be the responsible thing to do.
It would be the responsible thing to do. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why would that be the responsible thing to do?
So it's not wasteful.
And there it is, folks. There it is. If you're wondering why I'm giving Wally a hard time, it's because he just told me right before we started the Aftercast that he had gone to McDonald's and ordered the good deal. I don't know, $5 for a drink, a burger,
and
fries, and
four McNuggets.
4 McNuggets.
Yeah.
And he decided to throw out the 4 nuggets.
I did.
He didn't say to the employee at McDonald's, hey, keep those because I'm not going to eat them. He didn't see a small child and say, hey, let me give you these 4 nuggets. No, instead, he threw the nuggets away. 4 brand new, never touched nuggets. And you're getting mad at Channing Tatum?
Yes.
Because it was the irresponsible thing to do with his shirts?
I was saving mine for the homeless guy that I pass on my way to the lake.
No.
And he wasn't there that day. And so then I was like, and they sat in my truck.
No, you weren't.
And then on the way back, he was there. And so I did not want to poison him because he's got enough going on. So I threw them out.
He had enough
Yeah,
going.
he has enough going on in his life.
Honest, truthful? Exactly. And there it is, folks.
I threw them out because I'm trying to lose weight. And so I could have eaten them, but why eat those too?
But you could have just told the employee.
Well, I think at the time, I was like, okay, do I want these nuggets? And then as the devil on one shoulder, like, get the nuggets. And then the angel on the other shoulder, like, don't get the nuggets. It's funny how the angel on the other shoulder looks like Betty Rock, and it's like, don't get the nuggets. You're disgusting and fat. I know. And so, so I thought my only option was to throw them out at that point, or I was going to eat them and undo myself. And so I chose not to. Now, here's the bigger dilemma, knowing how you feel about this. I am going to go there again today on my way out. And so I'm planning on getting that same meal.
Don't get the meal. That's just wasteful.
It's cheaper that way.
It's wasteful. Okay, if you're going to get the meal, then at least just tell Nubia. Just say, listen, Nubia, keep the 4 nuggets. I don't want the 4 nuggets.
I'll tell her to donate them to somebody.
Do it
Give
like
them to the car behind me.
Exactly. It's like a pay it forward.
Bless them.
Yep.
Bless the car behind me with the nuggets.
4 nuggets.
Yeah,
there you go.
Say, okay.
See?
Okay.
See?
That works.
Okay.
That works. I could do that.
Okay.
That works. I won't do that because it's so hard. Because it's not Nubia taking the order. It's somebody else, and it's such chaos in the drive-thru. And why they start with the... Like, what? Like, what are you saying? Are you going to use the app today? No, I'm in the drive-thru. If I was going to use the app, I would have used the app, and I wouldn't be in the drive-thru.
The app to go through the drive-thru.
It's a pain in the butt. It really is. It's like
you can just tell them, be like, listen, I want this deal, but just keep out the nuggets.
Keep the nuggets. Like give them to somebody else.
Give it to the person behind me.
There you go. Okay, maybe I'll do that. Oh,
film it.
That feels wasteful.
That feels wasteful. Film it.
What?
Film it.
Film what?
Don't act stupid. Film it, because I need proof.
Oh, gee, you're the worst.
I know.
Oh, you are the worst. All right.
But I'm also not the one throwing out good food.
Do you have birthdays?
I don't.
Okay.
But we could do a question.
We got time for a question? Yeah, we got to do a little faster cast today.
Isabel asked a question about hypothetical Hayden.
Oh, no.
It's a hypothetical question.
Okay.
Say you have a winning lottery ticket in your hand for $20,000.
Okay.
Do you keep it for yourself?
Okay.
Or do you use it? For Haley's wedding or give it as a gift to help Hayden? Thanks. Now, Hayden, hypothetically, is homeless, living with his hermit crabs.
Do we have to make him homeless? That sounds really mean. Like,
why?
Because then when I'm like, absolutely not. It's
hypothetical.
It's really bad, though.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me the homeless part is really bad?
Yeah.
But it's your son.
Yeah.
And you're still saying no. That's not bad?
That's not bad, no. Because if he at least has a house, he's like, all right, well.
Okay, fine. He has an apartment.
Okay.
It's in a really shady part of town.
Okay, that's it. That's respectable. Because you got to work your way out of it.
He's pretty sure that there are some drug dealers that live across the hallway from him.
Okay.
So do you give it to Haley, who already has an savings account put towards her wedding, where she wants 13 geese, not 12.
Right.
And it's going to cost you an extra $10,000.
Yeah, well, because why would you have 12 geese when you could have 13?
For an extra $10,000?
Yeah, I mean,
why wouldn't you?
Like that.
So then you would
You're not making sense right now, Rock, because that makes perfect sense to me.
So you're saying you would half it out. You would do the $10,000 for Haley and another $10,000 for Hayden.
No, it would all go to the wedding. Oh, absolutely. I
make it 14 geese.
Yeah, let's go crazy. 100%. Because especially my sister. Okay, she had 3 sons. There's one more son getting married this next month, and then she has 1 daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So they've had sons. They've had to do the rehearsal dinner, and they've done really nice rehearsal dinners that were expensive and great. Like, good on you. But they didn't have the expense of the daughter. Now they've got the daughter, and she's getting married. And my sister told me, like, she went through the cost breakdown. They want to get married at the Biltmore in North Carolina. And they, like, if you want to get married in the Biltmore, like in front of the Biltmore, I guess, right off the top, $50,000. Like, right off the top.
That's not even making it into the building?
Yeah, and well, that's in the front of it, and you get other things. It's a better package.
Wow.
But now you can have a way cheaper one where you can go take photos in front of the Biltmore, and so you have a nice thing.
But
you
have
don't
the
get all the
ceremony
stuff.
somewhere else.
Yeah. And so my sister was telling my wife, and so it's X amount for that, and then the caterer, and then the florist, and the DJ, and the blah, 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 and she starts breaking down the cost, and I'm like, oh, my glory, like, it's so bad, and fortunately, when my wife told Haley how much it was, Haley was like, what? It's that much? I'm like, oh, God bless you. God bless you.
She
and
just
so,
is playing.
No, I don't believe she. I don't believe she knows.
Is.
I don't believe she knows.
Yes, she is. She's reading the room because she knows that if you said, and it costs them $500,000 to put together this wedding, and you were listening on the phone, she knows you're not paying attention.
I am.
What was that?
She knows.
No, tell me what that text message was.
What text message?
Tell me what that message was on your phone that you thought was so important that you ignored me. What is it?
I ignored you. I use that term loosely because I was listening to what you said.
Oh, and now he's typing out his response.
I had to put my passcode in. It didn't recognize my face with my headphones on. It was my wife. I was ignoring you for my wife, and I thought there might be a problem because she doesn't text me a lot when she knows I'm doing this. But hey, boy, what candle did you burn when I came up for Cane's? It's one of Betty's, and it's kind of light brown. I love you. I'm not sure. Now, granted, this was not worth stopping the show for 100%. I understand that. So I'm going to let me just say, doing podcast will check with Betty. Leave me alone.
You did not.
No, are you kidding me? I'm not stupid. Come on.
Before I was so rudely interrupted, not by Marty. I like Marty, but
old Marty. You like old Marty?
No, I said I like Marty.
It sounded like you said I like old Marty.
No,
it really did.
Don't start something that ain't there.
I'm gonna go back and pull the tape
desperate.
for tomorrow.
That's desperate. Before I was so rudely interrupted by you paying attention to your phone.
Yes.
Stop looking at it.
She's bubbling. Thanks. Big boy. I don't know what that is.
Big boy.
I've never heard that before.
See, this is where your fat shaming comes from. It's not me.
It's not, it's her.
Her calling you big boy. It doesn't even matter anymore what I was going to say.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Unless your phone is, move it. Put it in your pocket.
Put it in my pocket. Put it in my pocket, lock it.
Okay, so you're on the conversation with Haley, and the wedding is $500,000. Okay,
I'm not breaking my stare from your eyes.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm not breaking my stare.
And as always, thanks for being a potty.
No. Keep going. You're doing great. Look, I haven't broken my gaze yet.
I know, and you're making it stupid.
I know. Go.
No.
Please.
No.
Come on, we got to finish.
I know, and I just finished it for you.
What were you saying? It matters. You matter.
It does not. You looked at your phone. No.
See, I do believe that you are a person that matters to you. Like if I was
what? That you look at your phone?
Yeah. Like if I'm out at dinner with somebody and I'm talking to them and they look at their phone like real quick, like I don't think anything of it because I'm like okay. But like for you, you're wired differently. See, you're wired differently. You take it as
I think if you polled the majority of the population of Earth, most would say, yes, that's rude.
You're probably right. I think they say it because they feel like they have to, but they want to look at their phone. Like they do, especially if they're talking to someone that's uninteresting. You're like, not that that's what happened just a second ago.
I'm going to start looking at my phone as you're talking.
You're fine. You're fine. I think it's like if you're doing a whole thing and I'll wait. Because I know you're just doing it now to be spiteful. No, like I try to do it too on the sly. Like if I'm talking to somebody, I'll flip my phone over if we're like at dinner, and I'll flip my phone over and kind of look down at it and try to see it. I do have a problem with that.
You do?
I do, 100%.
This is why you need an Apple Watch.
Because then I can look like I'm looking at my watch.
Yeah, and you can read it real fast and then be like, okay, and it's
I
not
can even
important.
set it down like this. That's good.
Yeah,
I think for me, I'm always... Because I'm always glasses half empty. Well, no, because I'm always glasses half empty. And so when a text goes off that's like from my wife or from my daughter, my first thought is not, oh, they're just saying, hey. My first thought is there's a problem.
They're asking about a candle.
Yeah, it turns out it was fine. Like, do you have any idea what candle that is? Because I'm going to get grilled when I get home.
It's a light brown one. You were burning it when she got here?
When she came up for
She came for Cane's when we had it during support drive.
And you were gone?
I was already gone. So were you burning a candle?
I did for something.
Was it one of mine?
Yeah, I think it was one. I think it was the one in your cart.
I don't think I had that one yet.
Oh.
It might have been the gingerbread one.
I know it wasn't that one yet. It was an older one. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't either.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, big boy.
I don't even. Thank you. I gotta have to talk to her about that. Like,
I'm gonna label it big boy.
The other night is funny. This is great. I have to read the text.
You should text her back. Thanks a lot, big girl.
Thanks.
See what she says.
So yesterday we had dinner. All right, and I'm sitting on the couch, and she was sitting in the chair next to me. And I didn't turn on the TV. I was just watching TikToks and just scrolling through, just killing time. And at some point in time, she got up and walked into the other room. I'm assuming she said something like, I'm going to go and read, or I'm going to go wash my face and get ready for bed. I have no idea. So all I know is I'm still scrolling through TikTok, and now it is 7 p.m. And we finished dinner at about 6. And so I'm still scrolling away and stuff like that. And then my phone goes off. Do you want to watch something with me? And I just texted back, who's this?
And that she's still speaking to you is amazing.
Well, I did get a mad face. Maybe
that's why she's calling you big boy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun life with me for sure. All right, well, that is gonna have to do it for our Aftercast. And as always, thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.